Welcome back to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. There tends to be two types of fighters. One that has a natural ability to finish someone. They get all the knockouts and they have a high percentage knockout ratio. Then there's another fighter who just has difficulty getting those finishes and they tend to win in decisions. But those fighters have those opportunities where they have their opponent hurt against the fence, against the cage, but they just can't get the finish they're looking for. So this video, I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks, little pauses and little subtleties that will help you get those finishes when your opponent's hurt against the rope or cage.
Bazooka Joe Valtellini.
Regardless of your level, if you're an amateur, semi-pro, or professional, we have a lot of emotions and excitement when we're fighting, especially when we hit that shot and we see our opponent hurt and they end up against the cage or the ropes. That's where we get really excited. And that's where you can make little changes to help you get the finish. Too many times when someone's hurt, the reaction is they hold their head. And at that point, you always see the fighter just blast off the forearm. And a lot of those punches are getting blocked, which is saving your opponent. So the tips and tricks in this video are gonna let you take a second. This way you can look to attack the body, change levels, create distractions, and find the opening to get you the finish. You're gonna see that the best strikers in the world, especially when it comes to mixed martial arts, will have those little subtleties, those little pauses, and the strike selection, and that's why they're getting the finishes. The first success to getting a knockout is level changes. So say I throw my big shot, I hurt Matt, boom, now I have him hurt against the ropes or the cage. So the reaction of any opponent is gonna be to protect the head. That's what's hurt. So what you see, the big mistake I see in fighters is I see this now. I see elbows and I see everyone just swinging, right? Which is the mistake. Because there's so many openings and we're wasting a lot of good energy off of punching the guard. So as soon as I throw a few here, you have to take that second to rip the body and then go back upstairs. If I just sit here, I'm wasting way too much energy, and what's happening is I'm swinging and my chin is up, so when the counter shot comes, I can get caught. So I need to take that second to mix levels. Boom, attack, boom, boom. Right? And the same thing can be with my kicks. If I punch the head really hard and now his hands are here really protected, now's my time to kick the leg and then go back to the head, right? So it's all using level changes. If he's really protected, I could even kick out the inside leg to attack different weapons, but I need to make sure I take that quick second, attack with levels, whether it's with my punches, kicks, and even that opportunity when I see his hands here, boom, right? I got knees up the middle. The second key factor comes with pauses. I have to take these little pauses because they're really important in combination. So what's gonna happen now, if I don't take a pause, I'm just gonna sit here and I don't have a second to read my opponent to see what he's doing. And it's gonna also, one, let him throw a counter shot. So if I'm sitting here not taking a break, yes, I'm staying busy, but I need to see, I need to react. Boom, it lets me take that couple seconds to kind of react and find the opening. Without the pause, I'm only focused on the one area, which is, again, attacking the head to get the finish. But that split second will let me take a second to, one, think about a level change, but two, also give me a chance to make sure where my hand position is. When I'm blasting off here, right, it's a bad habit for fighters to want to drop their hands because they get excited. So the one pause might get me to get my hands up and then I could attack again. Right? These quick seconds. And say even in the pause he attacks, boom, I can block and then counter again. So take that pause to, one, counter, two, block, and three, find a different opening to attack. The next key factor is creating distractions. If I have one area hurt, I have to make my opponent think I'm attacking somewhere else. This way, he opens up that target for me. Whatever area is hurt on your opponent, he's gonna hide it really well. So I have to give him the illusion that I'm not attacking it anymore. So I'm gonna use the example of the liver shot. If I crack a good liver shot, Matt's reaction is gonna be to hide it, to hold it now, okay? So if I keep trying to punch that target without setting it up now or creating a distraction, it's wasting energy, okay? So what I need to do now is what I call create a distraction. So now that I saw that I hurt the liver, I'm gonna start kicking the leg, kick the body. I'm attacking totally the different side. or I'm gonna change with level. So I can go right kick or maybe go left hooks to the head. As soon as I do a few left hooks, low kicks, now all of a sudden I got that guard up and I can find that timing to get it, all right? So using that distraction. The other important factor is if I maybe hit it with my punch, right, I might want to use a different weapon to attack because he's waiting for this timing to get inside. So if I stay long, I might be able to mix in a long kick and still hit the hurt target. So use a distraction and mix up your strikes to hit. The fourth important factor is having multiple setups to attack that area. We have to have different setups. You might want to use your punches to attack the body, or I might use my kicks or my knees. So having different timings, tempos, and combinations to attack that hurt area is just going to give you a bigger chance of getting that finish. If I'm going to, for example, keep attacking the leg, I might throw my low kicks off of punches. That's one setup. The second setup might be a draw attack. Draw him in, boom, I'm attacking again. The third one might be me taking an angle as he punches. So I have different setups to landing the leg, and that's the key. So I might use punches to attack, punches to kick, kick to punch, have different weapons, different setups, and that's all gonna help you get your opponent to open up so you can hurt the part that's already hurt. The fifth key to getting a finish is having a good game plan. You need to have a systematic breakdown to attack your opponent. If I just go into a fight and I just hit multiple areas, you're never gonna hurt your opponent. You might hurt them to the head, hurt them to the legs, then hurt the body, and then you're just mixing and matching. You have to have a systematic destruction. I have to be able to go in and find different ways to attack the same area. Even if I flick you, in different areas, it's not gonna hurt. But if I consistently flick the one area over and over, eventually as the time goes on and the fight keeps going on, that area is gonna get hurt. Let's use the example in my career, the low kick. So what I need to do is I need to keep hitting that same target in a system, right? Right from the beginning. You might be able to block my low kicks in round 1. You might be able to take them in round 2. But when round 3 comes, it's that constant hitting of the same place of my shin on the leg that's gonna do the damage. So it's precision striking. Not everything has to be with power, but I need to consistently hit the same spot. So if I'm hitting Matt's leg, as soon as the fight starts, he throws a jab, boom, I hit the leg. They're not really hard, but he keeps jabbing through the fight. You're gonna notice I'm hitting the same part of his leg every single time. And then eventually, third round comes, bang, I find different timings, I see that leg hurt, boom, I mix in that feint, and now I can get a different combination and most likely finish with my hands, right? So it all comes in the game plan. There you have it, different tips that you can use to help get the finish. It's not enough to just have good power. You need to have good timing, accuracy, and precision striking. Take your time, find the opening. If your opponent's covering the head, hit the body, then go back to the head. You've got to create those distractions, create different angles, and remember, it's about systematic destruction. Keep focusing on attacking the same area with different setups, with different weapons, and your percentage of knockouts is going to increase.